Hey, how's everybody doing? Hey, just wanted to make a video to wish everybody a happy, and a Merry Christmas. And I wanted to play a song, a Christmas song. And every year I play a few Christmas songs when I play, and I do it as a tribute to a guitar player by the name of Jeff Golub, who used to have a band called Avenue Blue. And Jeff unfortunately passed away in 2015. But around 2007, he did an album called Six String Santa. Jeff was an amazing, smooth jazz, bluesy guitar player. Just played fluid. He was just so good. But very tasteful. And so he did this album called Six String Santa. Once I heard it, I thought, man, I want to learn a couple of his versions, of his Christmas songs. And so I did. And I've been playing him now for every Christmas for a few years. I mean, probably, I don't know. I don't know. It's probably since 2017. But I play him this time every year, Christmas time. But anyway, um, what a big loss. But he was just an amazing guitar player. I play these songs, like I said, I dedicate it to him in his honor. So I'm going to do this song. It's called Deck the Halls. And I wish I could play it as good as he did, but I'm going to play it as good as I play it. And then I want to share a story at the end of this about another guy that I hold dear to my heart that I miss this guy so much. And he did so much for the kids around Christmas time. But I'll explain that later. I'll tell that story at the end of the song. But anyway, here's a song called Deck the Halls. Hey, so there you have it. Yeah, deck the halls. So, I always say that word, so. Anyway, I wanted to tell you guys about my friend Wayne Morrison. I met Wayne back in 1992, I believe it was, and we became really good friends. He was a bass player and just a super kind, gentle person. And so he started this foundation in about 1996, and it was called Rock for Xmas, Rock for Christmas. But he put the rock and then the number four, and then the Xmas. But he started doing these concerts to raise money to buy gifts for children, underprivileged kids that didn't weren't going to get any Christmas, and so he asked me to play some shows with him, and I did. And he would always have, he was kind of a heavy metal guy. He played heavy metal stuff, and he'd have me put a blues band together to play, and I always did that, put a blues thing together, and then he would have the metal guys play as well, and it would be like there'd be about four or five bands, and they'd play, and there was an admission to get in to hear the bands, but he had some pretty cool people that he worked with. Eddie Money, Paul Sorrentino from Quiet Riot, Sted Howland from Wasp. But this was down in Florida, and he moved to the Boston area around the year 2000, and he continued to do this rock for Christmas while he was up in Boston area, and he would do a show. He would do shows in July, and then he would do shows around November. And like I said, all the money that he raised would be to buy toys for these kids. I remember one year he was up there in Boston. He sent me this picture. I didn't do any of the shows once he moved. I should have, but I was always busy. He'd schedule a show, and I go, man, I'm booked that night, that day. I can't come and do it. But one year he sent me a picture of the toys that they had got enough money to buy a semi load full of toys. It blew my mind. I mean, this picture, and it was just a semi truck full of toys, and those toys were going to kids that weren't, just they weren't going to get a Christmas unless somebody did something, and he was one of those guys that did something. So in the year 2018, he calls me and he says, "Hey, I'm going to do an album, a CD, a Christmas CD, and I want you to play guitar on it. It's like my 20th anniversary of doing this, and I want you to play guitar on it." I said, "Yeah, sure, that'd be fun. I'd be blessed and honored to do that." And he says, "Yeah," and he says Eddie Money's going to be singing, and Jolynn Turner from Deep Purple singing, Terry Iolus is singing from XYZ and Great White, Paul Sorrentino from Quiet Riot singing, Seth Howland's playing drums, and the list just goes on. There's a bunch of, you know, great, great musicians on this album, and so I said, "Yeah, man, I'd be really honored and blessed to do that." So he flew down to St. Petersburg, where we did my tracks in St. Petersburg, all my guitar stuff, and I was fortunate enough to do that. And I just wanted to show you this cover. We did the cover of the CD. We were all wearing Santa Claus hats, which was kind of cool. Um, so if you look down at the bottom of the CD, Wayne is at the bottom, and I'm to the right of him, and then Eddie Money's over here. Anyway, I'll show you the CD. So this is Wayne right here, and then I'm over here, and Eddie Money is right there by my finger right there. That's Eddie. But anyway, a lot of great players on this CD, and the songs are "Rock for Xmas Anthem," which is kind of a heavy metal sounding anthem. There's no lyrics to it. And then we did "Mommy Kissing Santa Claus," and he let me arrange that, so I put a lot of blues changes in it, which were kind of cool and a lot of fun. Then we did a song called Christmas Blues, and that's rocking. And then we did What Child Is This, Little Drummer Boy, and On a Clear Night, and then a song called The Grinch. But it was just a lot of fun to do that. But Wayne passed away. Well, Eddie passed away in, let's see, 2019, I think Eddie Money passed away, the year after we did this album. And then Wayne passed away in 2022. And, I was really close to Wayne. Even though he moved away, we kept in contact on the phone. And, and every once in a while, he would come down here. Even after he moved to Boston, he would come down here and we'd do a show in Florida for the organization. So, and I believe they still do the Rock for Xmas shows in his honor. I think they're still doing that and raising money and still buying toys for kids. So so every Christmas, I I think about him, and you know you just have friends like that and you just kind of miss them. But anyway, that's another story I just wanted to share with you guys, and I hope you guys have a great Christmas, a Merry Christmas, and hope you have a blessed New Year. And I'll be making some more videos, and if you like what I'm doing, hit the subscribe button, tell other people, and I'm gonna continue to do this. Like I said, I'm pretty new at doing this YouTube thing. uh, Somebody was over the other day, and I told them I was doing a YouTube thing. They said, "Are you going to get it? Are you going to get a green screen and do all this stuff and put racks of equipment, and do all that?" And I said, "No, I'm just going to be myself." you know, I've been blessed. I have a get a lot of guitars and a lot of amps, but I'm not gonna set them all back here and back. I mean, I have guitars in back of me, but I play these guitars. And my room this is my music room, and it's if you could see it all, you'd go, man, he's messy. I have everything laying around. I'm not the most organized person in the world, but so no, I won't have a green screen. No, I won't have racks of gear. I'm a pretty simple guy. I usually just like to play through my amp and a couple pedals. I don't need a rack mount of equipment. Um, Never was into that stuff, but there's guys that do it, man, and I listen to them and I love it, man. I'm not gonna knock anybody that does all that production, man. I think it's cool. It's just it's just not me, and I just want to be who I am. So anyway, you all have a great Christmas, and I'll hope to see you soon. Again, if you like what you hear, hit the subscribe button and tell your friends. All right. God bless. Bye bye.